Shankar Bhatt, Head Product Management, Real Image. Thank you.
Let me start with a small story here. Once upon a time, there was a family. After work and after school, they all gathered around their television and watched their favorite shows. Together, they watched cartoons, they watched news, they watched sports, cinema, and also baking shows. This is not a fairy tale or even a fiction, but just that this is once upon a time. Because today, we are watching content and we are watching it solo. Okay? A very good afternoon once again. I am Shankar Bhatt, Head of Product Management at the Real Image Media Solutions Company. I have been with Real Image for almost 18 years now. I've been in this industry for, let's say, 26 years. I was doing content for various television channels initially. And these last 18 years with Real Image, I have been designing newsroom workflows, GEC workflows, sports workflows, etc. Okay? And incidentally, I have also trained close to 6,000 users in the country, and countries just closer, neighbors to India, on using their newsroom infrastructure. Okay, enough about me. A very short introduction now about the company that has allowed me to stay curious. Okay, so for the past 18 years, my time with Real Image has let me learn so much more. Okay, so talking about Real Image. Real Image is a division of Cube Cinema Technologies. It's India's leading provider of technology in the film, video, and audio domain. Okay? So the company is the Indian representative of products and principal companies such as Avid Technology, Telestream, Moog Technology, Neumann for audio, and many such more companies. We have introduced non-linear editing, digital surround sound, and also pioneered several such technology revolutions over the last 3 decades. We are also the only company in the world with an end-to-end digital cinema product range covering mastering, distribution, playback, and archival. So, moving on to the topic of conversation today. Okay? What was once written off as a fad, live streaming content has arguably become the breadwinner of major broadcasters today. Okay? Because news travels fast and because people are constantly internet connected. So what's been happening is, it only makes sense that they would leverage social media streaming to disseminate their news information. Okay? With the advancement of technology and social media platforms, the delivery of news has adapted big time. Newspapers and magazines still cater to an audience, but this audience is fairly diminishing because more and more people are now becoming digital savvy, okay? And they want to consume content on the move and instantaneously on a handheld device. Top news stories are being broken via Twitter and other social networking sites, and people are almost instantaneously aware of what is happening worldwide. The power of social media has allowed our society to be much more knowledgeable of worldwide events and news. Okay? News is no longer something that you watch at home at 6 or 7 or 8 o'clock. News is something that you consume on the move from your mobile device. And that's exactly what is also pulling the younger audience today towards news. News is actually becoming cooler than what it was a couple of years ago. In line with this, the broadcasting industry across the globe, in fact, is going through a major transformation. Viewership pattern is changing, and viewer choices are also changing. If our broadcast industry, the Indian broadcast industry, does not gear up to this clear and present deviation in consumption pattern, there is the risk of distancing from their audience. Okay? Last mile disconnect is a clear and present danger today. So having said that, these are just some screen grabs of what various organizations and media studies across the world have identified. Okay? Some big numbers. So 90% of the millennials have a social media account. Okay? I mean, even baby boomers, more than 50% of them have a social media account. And this was even pre-COVID. Okay? With COVID, so much has changed. Okay? Suddenly, people want to be connected to news. It started off with news on health reports, but then today people are still connected to news to also understand and get to know more things beyond just your traditional news broadcast. Okay. Now, because there is so much of development happening on the digital consumption of media, we also have understood that a lot of myths are also coming out now in terms of what the digital domain offers to the end audience. A clearly laid out strategy for digital media helps with relevant targeting and building better relationships. But a wrong understanding of what the digital media has to offer or how one could initiate a digital strategy is going to be quite fatal. What we did was, when we started speaking to a lot of our existing customers and potentials on how they could have a digital media strategy for their social media platforms, the discussion, in fact, highlighted a lot of misconceptions and also, a wrong understanding or myths surrounding the digital media. For instance, a lot of customers just felt that being on social media is very easy. Okay, wrong. A lot of customers also felt that content that is going on TV could be the same content that could also be good for or served on social media. Again, the audience is definitely different. Okay, what you show on TV is not what someone on social media is looking or waiting for. They want something shorter, snappier. Okay, and a lot of times it's also been kind of, the misconception is there that revenue from social media is insignificant, ज़्यादा नहीं है, उसमें क्यों पैसा डालें? Okay, and slowly over time, in the last couple of months or years, people have started realizing that social media actually pulls in a lot of revenue. Okay, even in terms of revenue, it is really a powerhouse. There are some channel people who did feel that additional investment is not needed to go for social media platforms. This is open to debate, but we can of course address it later. I won't be touching much on that now. Additional investments are always good when you do it on the right solution. Okay, digital first. Okay, this is another misconception. Digital first will impact revenue of traditional broadcast. I think it's high time that a lot of us have actually started realizing that your digital is not trespassing your traditional broadcast. People who want to watch it on TV at 7 o'clock will watch it on TV at 7 o'clock. People who want to watch it on a mobile device instantaneously will want to watch it on a mobile device. Okay? So they are not trespassing one another. Okay? Another thing that we in fact realized, much to our shock, when we speak to some of our customers, was that they felt that the broadcast team can also handle digital. Okay? This is definitely not the case in many instances, because you need young blood to power your digital workflows. They can always learn from the broadcast team what the channel's policies and ethics are, but you still need a young team to drive, because the audience that you're trying to reach out are young. I'm not talking about people who are young in age, but I'm talking of people like me who are young at heart. Okay, and people like you, of course, who are young at heart. Okay, so a better understanding of the process, a better understanding of what a digital media strategy needs to be. This process is not going to be difficult, but then it's not easy either. But then, with the right planning and the right tools, workflows no longer need to be challenging. Okay? So today's session is going to try to understand how a digital media strategy could be planned, what needs to be taken into consideration, and how, as members of Real Image, we can help you with your digital media strategy. Okay, to start off with, whether you're just starting your digital marketing strategy or if you're revamping what you already have, it can leave you with a very difficult task of deciding where to focus your time, and more importantly, how to, or where to focus on your budget, allocations. If you want to see success with digital marketing, you must determine what you want to achieve with your strategy. What is it that you want to achieve eventually? Okay, मैंने पैसा तो लगा दिया, but what is it that I'm trying to achieve at the end of the day? Goals depend upon your business needs. Okay? And having said that, every successful digital marketing strategy starts with a plan. So please make a plan. ऐसा नहीं कि वो कर रहा था मैं भी कुछ करूं. Spend some time, make a plan on what you want your digital strategy to achieve for you. Okay? And once your plan is made, understand your demography better. What is your content going to be? whom are you trying to send this content to? Who's your end audience? What is their spending capacity? Because the money that you make is not only what the social media platform provides to you, but also the money that you make from the commercials that you're able to run on your content when you have it on a social media platform. So try and understand your demography better. After all, you're serving them, okay? So be where your audience is and be there fast. You're not the only person. If some of you are representing news channels here, or some of you are SIs who will be representing news channels later on, remember, news is not exclusive, okay? There are so many channels out there covering the same content. So how will you make your version of the same content more interesting? Grab the attention of your audience. Listen to your audience and improve the engagement. When it is traditional broadcast, you don't get an opportunity to listen to your audience. Whereas when you put the same content on social media, it is not a monologue, it is rather a conversation that you're having. You show some content, your audience immediately sends their feedback to you. Okay? So ensure that you're having a conversation with your audience and encourage your audience to spread your word. The best thing about social media is that what you put on the platform can be shared by someone to their friends, to their peers. Okay? So encourage them to share something to their friends, to their, to spread your word. Okay? And when you put content that really looks good, it also kind of encourages the audience and elevates their peer status, okay? I start appearing cool when I start sharing cool things with my community, with my friends, okay? So kindly note that it is not only being first when you share something, but it is also how you are packaging your content to reach the right audience. And very importantly, yes, be sure that you are always fast. If you are slow, somebody else is going to take your cake, okay? So who are these workflows relevant for? They're relevant for news channels. These workflows of having to reach your audience fast and first are relevant for news channels, they are relevant for sports, and they're also relevant for GECs, okay? These are some of the television genres that have a very strong appeal among the digital consumers, okay? And to kindle this appeal, you need to create fast, you need to distribute faster, and you also need to look good. Okay, your content needs to look good when it reaches the end audience. And you need tools and workflows that will help you with this. Okay? Let's say, how do we create fast? Okay? There are options available in the industry today, such as smart logging tools and auto highlights tools, especially when you're catering to sports workflows, reality TV for GEC channels, etc. Okay? Because it's a race out there, and every breaking event is hot only when it reaches the audience first. Okay? And to be the first, you need to get the content ready fast. Okay? So you need to create fast. And we don't have to do this alone. Okay? You're not alone in this race. There's an entire ecosystem out there. And this is both intelligent as well as artificial intelligence that is going to wait and add value to your digital media workflow. Okay? There's an entire ecosystem that is going to add value to digital media workflow. We just need to embrace this and harness this power, okay? Tools that help you create first and that are also going to allow you to be able to reach your audience fast include tools such as ones that let you import event logs, okay? If you are having a sports setup, there are agencies out there that are actually logging sports events. Okay, so if it's a cricket match, there are agencies out there that are going to add information on a ball-to-ball basis. If it's a 4, if it's a 6, if it's a wicket, etc. If it's like a general entertainment, you're doing a reality show, you can have an option of manually sitting and adding information that you know that in this 24-hour recording of a reality show, minute by minute, what is the action that is happening, okay? So metadata is very important, and you could either do it manually or take the help of agencies that are going to help you with logging this information, okay? Especially for sports, for reality TVs, etc. Another thing that also happens is, one moment please. Yeah, another thing is, when you're creating fast, you also have options of auto-ingesting your content, meaning if you're a sports setup or if you're a reality TV or a news channel setup, most of the sporting events have a schedule, okay? What is the roster? अभी एक आईपीएल का मैच होने वाला है तो हर रोज कौन कौन से टीम खेलने वाला है एंड हु आर द प्लेयर्स विल बी पार्टिसिपेटिंग विद इन दीज टीम्स. ओके, सो नाउ व्हाट यू हैव अ solutions that let you automatically start the recording of this content. Okay, so your facility does not have to invest in a manpower that will sit and record. Auto ingest is something that's definitely very much possible, and it's not just about auto ingest. These systems also help you automatically create manual sports highlights or reality television highlights. Okay, there are intelligent systems that will do the editing for you. अभी मान लीजिए एक स्पोर्ट्स मैच हो रहा है, if there's a sporting event that's happening, like say a cricket match, and I generally don't watch a lot of sports, you'll have to excuse me. I'm probably the 1% Indian who doesn't watch cricket all that much, so I'm just going to pull out random names that I still remember are playing in matches. So let's take Virat Kohli, because I'm sure he's still playing. Okay, so let's say Virat Kohli comes to the field and he starts playing. He's hitting a 6, he's hitting a 4, and suddenly he gets too enthusiastic, and then it just runs. Okay, and you want the system to help you with picking up the 4s, picking up the 6ers. Okay, you could still do it manually. A lot of channels are still doing it manually, but today there is technology that lets you mark that, okay, this ball is a 4, this ball is a 6er, this ball is 3 runs, this ball is a wrong umpire decision. Okay, he's still on the field, etc. And at some point, maybe after scoring a century, when Virat Kohli either retires from the match for that day, or if his wicket is taken, okay, you just need to click a button and it will instantaneously edit his entire performance for the day and create a sequence that has all his 4s, his 6ers, etc. until the minute that his ball was caught by someone, outside the fielding area. Okay, so this way, there is technology that is available today that can also automatically edit your content. अगर मैं कोई reality television का show कर रहा हूँ, at the end of the event I want to have a quick recap of what happened in the day. मेरे editor को बैठ के वो edit करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, product अपने आप आपको edit करके दे देगा. Okay, this is something that is possible even as of today. These solutions will integrate into your existing workflows. ऑलरेडी आपने जो स्टोरेज लगाए हो, जो आपके एसेट मैनेजमेंट है, आपकी इंजस्ट वर्कफ्लो है, इसके साथ दिस ऑटो लॉगिंग एप्लीकेशंस और टूल्स विल बी एबल टू इंटीग्रेट इनटू इट. दे विल आल्सो इंटीग्रेट इनटू योर आर्काइवल सॉल्यूशंस. ओके, दैट इज अगेन समथिंग. सो आपके पुराने कंटेंट, पिछले साल के आईपीएल को भी मैं पकड़ के ले आके इंस्टेंटेनियसली आई कैन हैव ऑल दी सेंचुरीज, ऑल दी सिक्सर्स ऑफ एनी प्लेयर फ्रॉम दिस ईयर और लास्ट ईयर, और हिस्टोरिक कंटेंट कैन बी ऑटोमेटिकली एडिटेड. Okay, so that is to create fast. Subsequently, you have created something, you want to distribute it fast. Okay, you want to ensure that बना तो दिया मैंने अपने content को, how do I reach it fast to the digital and social media platforms? Okay, that is equally important. Okay, because आप नहीं दिखाएंगे, कोई और दिखाएगा, तो end of the day the audience, you want to retain them and keep them with yourself. So here what happens is, once the content is created, it needs to reach fast, especially news channels. The competition is high and the content, like I said earlier, is typically non-exclusive. So the only way to gather viewership is to reach to them first. With multiple destinations that need to be catered to, we need tools that will let you create, package and disperse the right content to the right platform. आपको YouTube में दिखाना है, Facebook में दिखाना है, Twitter में दिखाना है. हर प्लेटफॉर्म अलग है, हर प्लेटफॉर्म का एस्पेक्ट रेशियो ऑफ चॉइस अलग है. ओके, सो हाउ डू वी रीच दीज प्लेटफॉर्म्स रियली फास्ट? You have tools for that. Okay, tools that will let you essentially edit from anywhere. आपको ऑफिस आके एडिट करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. आपको सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म में आपकी डिजिटल टीम कुछ कंटेंट दिखाना चाहता है. वी हैव नोटिस दैट अ लॉट ऑफ चैनल्स इन द कंट्री डोंट नेसेसरली हैव देयर डिजिटल टीम इन द प्रीमाइस. The digital team is located in another place, another city, or even have members working from home. Okay, so you have options that let you edit from anywhere. You have tools that will let you access your on-air stream instantaneously. और अगर आप digital first जाना चाहते हो, the same tools will also let you import your content. Okay, so that's again something that's possible. These tools will also provide you template-based workflows and rich analytics. Okay, so that is when you're working on digital workflows and when you want to reach your audience fast. And you also want to look good when you're doing it. So to look good, you have to ensure that the content आपने बेच तो दिया. What is the end user experience? What is the visibility that your audience is getting? How good is their network performance? Are you able to track the loudness levels of the content that the audience is receiving? And what is the kind of analysis that you can run so that the audience has experienced the content in real time with rich metadata? Okay, so having said this, Real Image has products that specifically achieve this. You have products from a company called A.B.I.S that handles your logging. You have products from Mocha that lets you with your editing. You also have products from and publishing to digital platforms. You also have products from Telestream that ensure that the end mile quality is taken care of. So A.B.I.S, that's the screen that you see here. You can import sports data, you can auto-log content, you can automatically create highlights, you can define the sequence length as you want, you could adjust the sequence later on based on your preferences, and you could also publish it instantaneously both to television and social media platforms. So to publish this content, we have a tool from a company called Mocha, and this lets you program the destinations, the aspect ratios, lets you add logos, lets you add watermarks, lets you add pre-roll, post-rolls, etc. Just to quickly illustrate it on screen, if that's my sports shot, using Mocha, I could add a pre-roll with a branding. I could have a transition from the pre-roll to the video. I could add a text at the bottom. I could add a lower third. I could have my subtitle information. I could add a logo that's even animating on top. And I could also add a post roll. All this I don't have to do it manually. Add to sab karenge. Editor ko bithayega to wo karke dega. But within Mocha, what I can do is I can create templates that will automatically do this. I just have to, Mocha as a platform, we call it as a one-click publish. You just need to go mark in, mark out, and select a drop-down template instantaneously. All these are added onto the clip. Okay? आपको बताने की ज़रूरत भी नहीं है कि 4:3 है तो लोगों को कहाँ पे रखना है, या 16:9 है तो लोगों को कहाँ पे रखना है. All that is taken care of, and every destination gets the video in the format that is relevant to it, including adjusting your thumbnails. Because बहुत बार हमने देखा कि सारे edit हो गया, अभी thumbnail के लिए बैठे हुए हैं. क्योंकि फोटोशॉप का बंदा 2 और एक्स्ट्रा मिनट ले रहा है, बिकॉज ही वांट्स टू बी क्रिएटिव, बट यू कैन बी क्रिएटिव इन अ ब्रेकिंग न्यूज सिचुएशन. ओके, दैट्स अ प्रोडक्ट सच एज दिस एंश्योर दैट यू आर एबल टू रीच देम फास्ट. एंड चलिए, एडिट कर दिया, उसको डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के लिए डाल भी दिया, उसकी क्वालिटी कैसे जा रहा है? योर क्वालिटी ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस हैज़ टू बी मॉनिटर्ड. ओके, वीडियो कैसे जा रहा है, उसकी ऑडियो लेवल कैसा है, is the correct subtitle going to the correct audio language? Now all this needs to be taken care of. Is there an audio sync out, etc.? So there are specific tools from various partners that also ensure that the audio quality is something that is taken care of, or the quality of experience is something that's taken care of. Okay, so to conclude the topic, there is a definite need to up your digital workflow. We at Real Image have the solution, and we have the know-how. And we also have experts who are waiting for you at about at D3. Okay? So that will help you also take the conversation forward. Meanwhile, I can also open the house for some questions. Yes, so questions could also be had little later on. Okay? You know where we are, D3. Thanks a lot for your time, and a very good day to you. Yes, I will do that. Hanji.
Thank you, Mr. Bhatt, for the presentation. Now I would request you to please accept a small memento in appreciation of your participation at A.B.I.S from Mr. Manoj Madhavan, Director Content of Nürnberg Messe India. Thank you.